Hello and welcome to week 4 of Coursera's Introduction to Music Production. I'm Vicki Larnach Hare, and I'm going to demonstrate an effective use of a gate in a musical context using Pro Tools as my DAW. Using a gate and a sidechain or key, I'm going to create a stutter effect on a string pad. Sidechaining is the analysis step in processing the sound, and in this case we want to set it to use the audio output on one track, the click track, to control the audio on another track, the string pad. And the sidechain on the gate is going to let in little bits of sound at a time, creating this wonderful stuttering effect. So I'll show you how to do it. A couple of audio tracks you need to set up. Here's a string pad. And a click audio, which I created from an aux track with a click insert and the output going to the audio track, and an aux track where we're going to set our insert, our gate. So let's do that straight away. We'll go to the plugins, dynamics, and set up a gate. Let's let that sit there for a second. We'll set up we need some buses in our I/O setup. I've labeled a couple of buses, a click bus and a synth bus, in order to route our sound. So our synth pad, we're going to set a pre-fader send on the synth bus to go over to the aux track, because we want the synth to be the affected sound, so that's our input. So I set the input of the aux to the synth bus and the pre-fader send on the pad on the synth bus. And here's the fader for that pre-fader send, and we're going to set it right up to 0 dB because we want to send all of the sound. And our click audio, we want to send its output on the click bus over to the gate. We need to turn the key on the gate, and we need to set an input. We'll set that to the click. So the click is now going into the gate. We need to turn the sidechain on. We're going to set our threshold around about 10 minus 10 dB ratio, fairly high ratio. Very short attack time, short release time. Let's have a listen to this very cool sound. Isn't that cool? It's almost like so the gate's sort of opening and closing, triggered by the transient of the click track. It's a little bit like if you're standing outside a nightclub and there's a bouncer only letting the very cool people through, and in this case the bouncer is the threshold. It's only letting those transients through of the click track. And as the people go in, the door opens and you can hear just little bits of the music coming out. So we've got this rhythmical opening and closing of the door, the gate, letting the sound out, and it just creates this wonderful stuttering effect. You could use it. You could use a drum track. You could use a vocal that's affected by this opening and closing to create some really, really, really cool effects. I've had so much fun creating this. This is something I've always wanted to know how to do, and it's really helped me to understand how a gate works and how compressors work. And I hope that you go and learn how to do this yourself. I think you'll have a lot of fun, and it gives you this great tool to work with in your music production. Thank you so much, and I'll see you on the forums.